Family, I greet you. Welcome to another new on Truth and Love the Church, where we speak the truth in love. And before we go any further, I remember sharing this video with you.
Tanking, rather. This is South Africa. But one thing I had, see, I even wrote it. Come and see this. See, this is what I had. This. So it is because of Israel. Israel.
You wrote it 3 times.
3 times.
Wow.
Said Israel, Israel, Israel. Said because there is a problem in the nation that my people Israel have been sued by a country that is called South Africa. Said, and I decreed from beyond the age of time that whosoever curses Israel, I'll curse them. So the country of South Africa is operating under a curse. And it's not just a curse, it is a curse because of my people. And that's a big curse because when Israel catches a cold, or rather when Israel coughs, the world catches a cold. Said because it is my timetable on earth and I've chosen it, not because they are good. Says I did not tell you that Israel is perfect. I chose them by grace. That means my grace chose them. If I choose by grace, that means I'm not looking at your works. Said because of Israel, 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 it shall descend into chaos. We gotta pray. Even for Southern Africa here, we gotta pray. Even for lower in South Africa, pray. We gotta pray. Because there are some who will begin to listen carefully. Listen immediately. Immediately when they say there's something, South Africa will say, I'm here to listen. They'll say you were not told. Pray. Pray against it. Pray that these nations at least peep or flip a wing. And when South Africa listens, other countries will begin to listen. And yet the scriptures are telling us what will happen. But anyway, pray for South Africa wherever you are. Just pray. And remember praying for South Africa. I told you to pray for South Africa, right? Yes, sir. Yeah. And when I was talking to you about South Africa, had it happened yet? What is happening now? No. A few days later, they have lost people.
And he was referring to, the 13 South African soldiers who actually died. We know the situation that's there in Congo, where we have the M23 rebels and the like, and the involvement of Rwanda and all these things where we have the exchange of words between the president of Rwanda and that of South Africa. Well, Prophet Angel actually said that, South Africa is operating under a curse due to the issue of Israel.
Tanking, rather. This is South Africa. But one thing I had, see, I even wrote it. Come and see this. See, this is what I had. This. So it is because of Israel. Israel. Israel.
You wrote it 3 times.
3 times.
Wow.
Said Israel, Israel, Israel. Said because there is a problem in the nation that my people Israel have been sued by a country that is called South Africa. So then I decreed from beyond the age of time that whosoever curses Israel, I'll curse them. So the country of South Africa is operating under a curse.
So you heard what he actually said, my family. And recently we've also been hearing things, concerning also, we now have President Trump and the president of South Africa also, bumping heads.
Terrible things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is doing some terrible things. But that's under investigation right now. We'll make a determination. And until such time as we find out what South Africa is doing, they're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
Trump and his administration are not happy at all about South Africa's recent land expropriation bill that was just signed into law. And he's taking action against it. He also released this statement via social media where he said the United States will cut off all funding to South Africa until a full investigation has taken place. It's also been rumored that Trump recently phoned Cyril Ramaphosa, gave him a piece of his mind and warned him that him and the ANC's time is running out.
This issue that Donald Trump fears so much, we offer this question of the land. I don't know what Donald Trump has to do with South African land because he's never been here. And he must keep his America, we will keep our South Africa. That is what he must do. South Africa is our land. South Africa belongs to all the people who live here in South Africa. It does not belong to Donald Trump. He can keep his America. And Ene is even worse. He's even worse. When I meet him, I will tell him. I will say, you, Donald Trump, you are even worse because your forebears came to America. They found the native, the indigenous Americans. They wiped them out. They killed nearly all of them. Rine, we are living as a nation, and black and white, we are going to find solutions for our land question. So Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Kauri. When we were facing apartheid, when we were facing oppression, he was not here. He did not fight side by side with us. And we were able, on our own, yes, with support of progressive forces in the world, to resolve the apartheid question. As far as I recall, Donald Trump was not around the negotiating table when we negotiated the end of apartheid. So stick around there in the White House. We will do our business here and we will find solutions for our problem. So stay out of our issues and we will not get involved in your issues in America. You have your own problems. Leave us alone.
So you hear that, my family? You see that? So this just brought me back to some of those warnings that we've been receiving, this call to prayer, where Prophet Angel was actually saying that you need to pray for South Africa. He has been saying this over and over again.
The Lord is happening. And also pray so that their eyes be opened, especially the leadership, that He opens His eyes to this global mandate that is coming towards it. And I even mentioned to you that because of Israel, I mentioned it last year or 2 years back, because of Israel, there are stands on Israel. And of course, the Bible says because of the iniquity, the prophet is seen as a fool, and the spiritual man as a madman.
So I thought I should just share this with you, my family. So you just tell me what you think about this. Do continue to pray for South Africa, all right? And, concerning a more accurate coverage of things to do with news, what's happening in the world, and, other events. It's like the Christian Netflix, and I want you to check it out. And for the African audience, Nigeria and the other African audience, monthly subscription is as little as 4,000 Naira or equivalent. That is $2.50. So let's check this out.
For just $6, unpack the ultimate Christian streaming experience. Dive into life-changing sermons, gripping and heartwarming shows, epic, soul-stirring movies, and spirit-lifting music. Stay informed with up-to-the-minute news and explore powerful, thought-provoking documentaries and docuseries. Ignite young minds with dynamic and engaging youth and kids programs. Alpha TV has everything you need and more. Subscribe now to get started.